Hello and welcome to this week's edition of CTN Community Update. An open house will take place next week for a major apartment project proposed in Port Evergreen. The open house will be held on Wednesday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. in the Coon Rapids Civic Center. St. Paul-based Real Estate Equities wants to construct a 184-unit workforce apartment project near 94th Avenue and Springbrook Drive. City officials and representatives of the developer will be on hand to answer questions. Word this week that the nation's largest interstate passenger rail provider made a visit to Duluth last week. According to the Duluth News Tribune, Amtrak officials met with the mayors of Duluth and Superior to discuss the Northern Lights Express project, a proposed passenger rail service between the Twin Cities and the North Shore. A MnDOT official told the newspaper that he sees it as a positive sign and said the entities have been in discussions for several years about Amtrak operating NLX. Last year, the project passed environmental review, but still needs federal and state funding to become a reality. The Metropolitan Council released transit ridership data this week, and it shows a slight drop in rides on the North Star commuter rail line last year. In 2018, there were more than 787,000 rides on North Star trains, which is a 1% decrease from ridership figures from the previous year. Regionally, ridership across all transit types declined 1.3% last year. Metro Transit says the lower ridership figures were expected due to fare increases implemented in late 2017, along with lower gas prices. Well, in the past, exploring local parks in the winter meant strapping on snowshoes or a pair of skis. But now there's another option, fat tire biking. And as CTN's Dan Carpenter shows us, Anoka County Parks is working to introduce more people to the sport.
Yeah, it gets a little frozen sometimes.
Living with snow is a fact of life in Minnesota, where some trudge through the long winter with one foot in front of the other. Others prefer to ride through it on two very large tires.
We've got 12 bikes, 10 adult bikes, and then a couple youth bikes in back.
Appropriately named fat tire bikes. Anoka County Parks Department Recreation Program Coordinator Todd Morosky teaches an introduction to fat tire biking class. Pushing off in deep snow takes a little effort, but once you've built up a little momentum, it's smooth pedaling.
But cyclists have discovered years ago that, hey, in the wintertime, this fat, wide base, this wide tire allowed them to kind of, act like a snowshoe and allow them to get through some deeper snow.
This is the first winter the Anoka County Parks Department has offered the class.
Allowing you to get outside in the wintertime, enjoy our beautiful winters, and get a little physical activity.
A grant from the statewide Health Improvement Partnership paid for all the equipment.
And one of the reasons we decided on the fat tire biking as a new program through this SHIP program was because of the stability and the ability for really anyone to get on a fat tire bike.
Also, the extra fat tires make the ride more comfortable. Classes are taught once a month and cost $25 per person.
Once they get on the bikes, they realize really quickly that, hey, this is an easy activity and easier to ride than even a regular mountain bike.
3 years ago, 2 miles of trails within Rice Creek Chain of Lakes Park Reserve were converted to multi-use, including fat tire biking. They're not allowed on groomed trails.
The trailhead for that trail is right behind the Lionel Lakes YMCA.
New trails are being established in the park for next year.
More topography, some more hills for fat tire bikers in the wintertime, but also single track in the summertime.
Classes are held throughout Anoka County parks, including Mississippi West and Coon Rapids Dam Regional Park.
So yeah, I think it's really leading to some people going out and getting their own bike.
Staying active through the winter on a bike built for all seasons. Dan Carpenter for CTN Update.
Fat tire bikes typically cost several $100s, but the classes allow you to try one out for only $25 per person. The next class is coming up on February 23rd at the Bunker Hills Campground Visitor Center. You can pre-register at anokacountyparks.com. All our snow has winter enthusiasts cheering, but it comes with a warning from the Coon Rapids Fire Department. Don't forget to dig out your nearest fire hydrant. Difficulty locating or accessing the closest hydrant can delay firefighting efforts, so it's recommended to keep snow and ice 3 feet away from them. In Coon Rapids alone, there are more than 3,400 fire hydrants. We're now just a week away from seeing hundreds of brave souls plunge into Crooked Lake for a good cause. The 8th annual Anoka County Polar Plunge will be held Saturday, February 23rd at 1 p.m. So far, about $67,000 has been pledged, but the goal is more than $155,000. If you'd like to take part or make a pledge, log on to plungemn.org. All the money raised goes to support Special Olympics Minnesota. The city is looking for residents interested in serving on the Board of Managers for the Coon Creek Watershed District. The board meets regularly on the 2nd and 4th Mondays of each month at 5:30 p.m. at the Bunker Hills Activity Center. Watershed districts have a legal authority and obligation to develop and manage a uniform program of water and related land management. If you're interested in serving, log on to the city's website to submit your name and other required information. It's the news some people have been waiting to hear for months now. This week, company officials announced that the new Chipotle in Village 10 will open to the public on February 20th. The new restaurant will be open daily from 10:45 a.m. to 10 p.m. It will also allow guests to skip the lines and order online or via an app on their smartphone. This is the second Chipotle to open in Coon Rapids. The other location is in Riverdale Village.
Now Brennan was an outlaw upon the mountain high, with cavalry and infantry to take him they did try.
Dozens of people spent their Valentine's Day evening taking in a concert at the Coon Rapids Civic Center. The group Lachlan Road took the stage Thursday night as part of the winter concert series put on by the Coon Rapids Arts Commission. The group plays Irish music as well as a variety of bluegrass, folk, and Americana favorites. 2 more concerts remain in the series. The Brewskis perform on March 14th, followed by Bill Konkar on April 11th. All concerts begin at 7 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the door, and the admission fee includes dessert and a beverage. A sci-fi musical hits the stage at Anoka Ramsey Community College this weekend with a 1960s musical score. The stage production of Little Shop of Horrors debuts tonight with the first of 5 shows. It's a dark comedy with high-energy songs and dances, backed by a live orchestra. The main character is Seymour Krelborn from Skid Row.
He wants desperately to get out of this world that he lives in because he knows it's not a great place. That want turns into a desperate need.
It's amazing music. The music is so much fun. It's constantly stuck in my head. The dances are really awesome.
The Little Shop of Horrors is being staged at Anoka Ramsey this weekend and next. All performances start at 7:30 p.m. Tickets can be purchased online at the college bookstore or at the door on the night of the performance. Looks fun. All right, well, good luck to all those brave souls that are taking a dip in icy Crooked Lake next weekend. In the meantime, have a great week, and we'll see you back here next week.